Peace, family. I am Grinder Spencer, aka Grinder, the Strong Dad Coach, here with my lovely co-host, partner, and wife, JASA Love.
Hey, peoples.
And we are Black Families Rising. Thank you guys for checking us out. We are back. Sorry for the long hiatus. My wife recently had a baby, August 30th. She's actually here with us right now. Little baby Anashe,
Yes.
which makes girl number 4. So I need y'all to pray for me. But nah, seriously though, we had a few things happen that we will be discussing with you guys in later podcast. Tonight we wanted to talk about something that was near and dear to us, especially with us both being health and wellness professionals. I don't know if you guys know, or you should know, I am a personal trainer, health coach, and nutritionist now. And then my wife is a doula who also has her own line of natural skincare. And above other things, she does her spiritual advising and readings. Y'all gotta check her out on her YouTube page. It's amazing. So we've had a lot going on. We also recently started a nonprofit, so it's taken a lot out of us. So we do apologize, you guys, for the long hiatus, but we are back and we will do our best to be more diligent and more consistent. We do apologize, but we are here. We want to thank you guys who have been following us on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else you can find us, listening to our podcast, still, supporting us and giving us love. We really appreciate that. It meant a lot to us, and that's the reason why we're here. We're back. We have a lot to talk about, so you guys will be hearing a lot more from us. With that being said, the episode that we're about to bring to you guys today is something that's near and dear to us, with us both, again, being health and wellness professionals. We're going to be talking about the thin line between health and wellness. All right, so yeah. So let's get into it. Baby, I'm going to let you start this thing off.
Well, he caught me off guard. It was a wonderful introduction, and I'm so grateful to be back, and I'm grateful for my husband, who has been the most amazing partner through this whole process. So, yeah, I'm so grateful for him, and he's a part of my wellness at this point in time, right? So, at first glance, health and wellness might seem like two sides of the same coin. But if you take a closer look, you'll realize that there's a thin yet critical line between them. One that we honestly need to understand and address within the Black communities. Okay. So we always want to start with definitions, because we want to get a better idea about what health and wellness actually is.
Right.
So health is the state of your body. Okay. It's the absence of disease or physical ailments. Health is what your doctor measures: your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your weight. It's objective, measurable, and often the first thing we think about when we talk about living well, right? We think about our physical health. Right? It'll say, so let's go into wellness. So wellness is bigger. It's on a broader spectrum, right?
Right.
It's about how you live, feel, and thrive. It's your mental clarity, emotional stability, spiritual grounding, and the joy and balance you find in life. Wellness is also subjective, deeply personal, and often harder to measure.
Right. So let's break this down for them in layman's terms.
Right.
Basically, health is a state of being, or your goals, basically. That's what health is. The process of achieving this optimal health would be wellness. All
Right.
right. So that had to break that down for you guys. I know some people was like, what in the world was she talking about? So that's basically in simple terms what it means. Now, here is where it gets real, okay? You can be healthy. Now, see if you guys knew this, but you can be healthy without being well.
What? How is that possible?
So, you might have perfect lab results, right? But still feel emotionally drained, mentally stressed, or spiritually disconnected, right? And I know we have all had these feelings. On the flip side, though, you might be pursuing wellness, practicing mindfulness, journaling, or cultivating peace, meditating, Ham Yon Ringeku, all the good stuff, right? But neglecting your physical health markers like your heart health, your blood sugar levels, not paying attention to simple stuff like going to the dentist, even just paying attention to your self-care, because a lot of people don't realize your self-care plays a huge part in your health too, right? If you're not taking care of your body, if you're not taking care of your hygiene, not getting proper vitamins and minerals, this type of thing, all right? Now, for us in the Black community, the distinction is very critical. Why? Because we face generations of systematic barriers to both health and wellness, right? Chronic conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and obesity affect us all, right? All of us in the Black community. I know a lot of us have family members who've been diagnosed with breast cancer, prostate cancer. My dad had that, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, crazy enough, he didn't die from prostate cancer. Him and my mom both died from heart disease. Now, we knew my mom had heart disease. We didn't know my dad had it. It was underlined, right? So it's things to think about. You know what I'm saying? They don't always catch stuff. But it's not just the physical. It's the mental and emotional weight as well. Higher rates of depression, anxiety, and trauma often go unaddressed due to the stigma and lack of resources. What does that mean? Well, that means that some of these things are not addressed simply because of where you live, right?
Yeah.
A lot of us live in places, where we're not able to get whole food. Some places don't even have farmers markets. Some places don't have great health care, right? Here where we are, here in New Bern, North Carolina, some doctors aren't even taking Medicaid anymore, right? You're called to try and get a eye doctor appointment or go to the dentist or something like that, or even something like going to the doctor for the baby, for the children.
Right.
Certain doctors now do not take Medicaid, right, or certain forms of insurance. So that leaves you at a point to where, what do I do? Where do I go? And that's the reason why a lot of people, us included, are turning to holistic health practices, because it's just so hard getting a traditional doctor these days. So
it is.
So how do we rise above this, right? How do we close the gap and achieve both health and wellness? All right, I'm gonna let my wife break this down for y'all.
So we always want to start with education and advocacy, right? So as a community, we need to prioritize learning about our bodies and our health risk. That means we need to do regular checkups, understanding the family medical histories, and being proactive about our health. But education isn't enough, okay? We got to do more.
That's right.
So we must also advocate for better healthcare access and representation, because our health system needs to serve us better, honestly.
True.
Our health system is not really formulated around Black, brown, indigenous people. Okay, and that's a fact, right? They, at this point of time, and especially during my process in being under healthcare providers during pregnancy, they don't really care enough about their patients and their health. They're more so care about, getting payments.
This is true.
They just, they care about the quickest, easy fix and just to tell you anything, right? So in order to avoid that, we want to prioritize our health, getting to know our bodies better. That's one of the things I advocate for, is learning your body. Okay, your body is the first thing and the first signal to let you know that something is wrong. So doing daily check-ins within yourself, okay, and learning yourself and becoming one with your body. That's very, very important, because if you don't know your body, then you don't know what's going on with it.
That's true. That's true.
So it helps you combat different stereotypes and different stigmas and different diagnoses that the doctors and medical providers may try to give you because they want a quick payout. Let's be honest.
Right.
Because they want a quick payout. So if you know, okay, I have something going on in my head, and and they're trying to give you a diagnosis over something that's going on with your leg, that's not right.
Right.
But if you have no idea about your body and you don't really pay attention, and you don't really care, then they can diagnose you with anything and give you medications that can alternatively affect you in other ways.
That's
so
true.
We want to be mindful of how much we know about our bodies.
Correct.
Okay, so 2, we want to, you see little mama here. 2, you want to embrace mental and emotional wellness. Okay, so we know how important mental and emotional wellness is, all right?
Correct.
If our mental and emotional state is off, everything is off.
Everything is off.
Everything is off, okay? So wellness isn't just a luxury, it's also a necessity, okay? So let's normalize seeking, tripping over my words, seeking therapy, practicing mindfulness, like I just stated, and talking about our mental health struggles. Emotional wellness is strength, and it starts with breaking generational cycles of silence. I like that. I like the sound of that.
It's getting deep.
It's getting deep.
And we got to address that real quick. We can't let that one slide.
No, we can't.
We're talking about breaking generational cycles of silence.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of us, growing up in the Black community, have had a lot of things happen to us. Let's address the elephant in the room. We've all had a friend, or a family member who has experienced some type of abuse, right? Whether it be mental, physical abuse, or spiritual abuse, which is something that's definitely not talked about.
Right.
We were taught, I know I definitely was, certain things you just don't talk about, right? That's what they say. You just can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? The lady down the street is getting, beat up by her husband. You know what I'm saying? The kid hasn't been going to school for the past 3 or 4 days. So, things ain't going right down there. And the first thing they say is, well, baby, it's not our problem. Well, that is the problem. We have been taught for so long to be silent about things that we need to be very vocal about, to the point to where a lot of us have experienced mental instability, in our homes that we didn't have to, right? A lot of us have gone through things that we didn't have to go through because we were being silent about it, right? So it's like saying, and that has a lot to do too, you know, I know they say a lot about us men, right? We'll wait till the last minute to go to the doctor. Okay, well, honestly, we've been mentally trained that way, especially us as black men, right? The first thing happens is something's going wrong. They say, toughen up. You know what I'm saying? You know, they give you some magic little pill or something. Oh, you'll be okay for a little bit. And then you don't think about it for a while. You go back to work doing whatever you're doing. You feel fine for a while, right? Not realizing that you have something going on with you underlying. You know, like I said about my father, that was the thing. He kept having little arm pains and you know, my uncle, he's not a doctor, but he kept telling my dad, you know, well, you might want to hit the treadmill for a little bit after you go and get your you know, your treatment for your prostate cancer, right? And truth be told, it was helping him a little bit, but it was when he wasn't doing it that he kept saying, oh, I'm feeling this pain in my left arm. Now, we all know that we've been taught that if you feel a pain in your left arm or anything like that, that it has something to do with heart disease, right? So when you're being silent about stuff and not talking about things that's going on with you, then you won't know. Not talking to your health provider, right? Not letting people know, hey, I don't feel well, you know, I feel sick, you know what I'm saying? If you hold stuff back like this, there's no telling what could actually be going on with you. But a lot of underlying conditions, especially underlying mental conditions, happen because, again, we're being silent. So that's a big one, right? Breaking that generational cycle of silence.
Yes.
People, don't be quiet about it. Okay, if you're not feeling right mentally, physically, or spiritually, talk to someone that you trust. All right, don't just pick any old person off the street, and be careful what family members you speak to too, because a lot of people, you know, you have people that either act like they're the doctor themselves and they know so much, or you got people who don't know at all and can't tell you anything. So go to a professional or find someone who can direct you to a professional, all right, that can help you. You know, talk to a teacher, a preacher, somebody, a mentor, someone that can help you, all right, and point you in the right direction. Do not be silent. We cannot stress this enough. It's something that we definitely need to stop.
Yes.
All right, and 3, build and lean on community. Black families thrive in community.
We do.
All right, and that's true. That's very, very true. What's the old phrase? What's the old saying? What is it? Starts at home. That was another one I was thinking about. It takes a village.
Yeah,
It takes a village. Right, and that's true. It definitely takes a village. We have always, from the beginning, even before our brothers and sisters were brought here, even the ones that were here before. We won't talk about that just yet. But community, you know what I'm saying, has always been a big thing for us. We thrive in it. Whether it's through churches, fitness groups, or family circles, we need spaces where we can encourage, support, and hold each other accountable. Wellness grows where there's love, support, and connection.
Yes. Right? That's true. We all need to feel loved and supported, right? And that helps us continue to grow and continue to encourage our wellness, you know.
Right. So now, as we navigate this thin line between health and wellness, remember this. Health is the foundation. All right, I want to say that again for the people in the back. Health is the foundation. But wellness is the goal, right? So, I guess I said that kind of backwards earlier. But wellness is the goal. And together, they empower us to rise higher, live longer, and create legacies of strength and resilience. So, to all my brothers and sisters out here listening, let's commit to both. All right? Seriously, let's commit to being healthier. Let's commit to health and wellness, not just one. You need them both.
Right.
All right. Let's rise together by embracing the fullness of who we are, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. I totally agree. And focusing on your wellness can sometimes lead to you not being as healthy as you need to be. Because when we think about wellness, right, we think about things that make us happy, pursuing things that keeps our mind at peace or at ease, right? So we need to be careful about any substances we using or anything that we doing that's not too healthy. Any vices,
Right.
anything we leaning on, like things that some people will lean on eating sweets more, or things of that nature that's not beneficial to the health of your body. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're not blurring the lines in between that. We're not doing anything that is harming our health at the expense, of us pursuing wellness. So just be mindful of that. I'm all for, because hubby told you, like, I'm really spiritual, so I'm all for loving your inner child and self-care and self-love and all of that stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, just make sure we're mindful about how it's affecting your health.
That's
Do
right.
not overindulge, okay?
Right.
Take everything a step at a time. Do everything in little, what's the word?
Increments.
Increments, thank you. Little increments, okay? Do not overdo it, all right? So if you love sweets and things of that nature, then you might want to do a detox after that. So just be mindful of that as well, because it's a thin line between health and wellness when it comes to that as well.
Right.
So, and the same thing with pursuing your physical health. I know hubby see it all the time with being a personal trainer. You working out and doing everything at the expense of your wellness. He has to tell his clients from time to time to take a rest day.
Right.
Because they don't understand, that they need to rest. They think if they just work out and exercise all day, every day, that they're going to get quicker results and all these, what other people are telling them that's not true. Right. Or what they're seeing that's not true. So it's important to rest as well when you're working out and your fitness, on your fitness goals as well. So
right, because you need to give your muscles time to recover. I'm glad you brought that up. That not only that, but people, there is no magic pill. Okay, I know there's people out there that take these drinks and stuff like that to lose weight. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I know people who had to get the operation and stuff like that. Because it has helped save their lives. I get that, I do. But one thing I want you guys to understand, right? Nothing beats old-fashioned just activity, right? You have to stay active. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, if you find some type of diet that helps you lose weight, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is such a thing as losing weight too fast, and that can be very, very unhealthy for you, right? We had a friend back home, Larry, love him to death. But he had, he wanted to lose weight very quickly, so he started juicing. Did great. He lost the weight really, really quick. Lost the weight that he wanted to lose, but he lost it too quick. To the point that, he started getting the excess skin and stuff like that. So then it was like, okay, I'm happy what happened, but now I need to, tone this muscle back up, build this muscle, right? So that's the thing to think about, guys. It's nothing wrong if to each his own, okay? But just know there's no magic pill. There is no magic pill. You still need to stay active. You still need to take care of your mental health. We can't stress that enough. Okay, that's a huge part of it. But take care of your physical health as well. I implore you guys, please, especially us in the Black and brown community, please, okay? Mm-hmm. But, you live as you learn, right? So my advice to all of us is motivate each other. Please, motivate each other. If you see someone that's overweight, don't laugh at them. Don't joke about it. Don't make them feel worse than they already feel. Don't belittle them. Let them know that they're loved. Let them know that they are enough the way that they are. But there are ways to be healthier. So you don't even got to say something sometimes. Sometimes you can just be as nice, as cool as just saying, hey, man, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. You want to accompany me? Just come with me to the gym. We can mess around, talk and whatnot.
Yes.
You ain't got to invite them to come in and work out, but they might want to. At least giving that gesture saying, hey, you want to come hang out with me? You know what I'm saying? Going to the gym, shoot the breeze. You know what I'm saying? That lets people know, oh, man, okay. Cool, he cares for me, he's down with me. So you need to show that support. And that is the biggest key to all of this, to health and wellness in our community, is supporting each other.
Yes.
Support each other, okay? Mm-hmm. Stick by. You are your brother's keeper. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are. I want for my brothers and sisters the same thing that I want for myself and my family. I don't want to see myself succeed without the success of you guys. Mm-hmm. Okay? So yeah, that just is what it is. So that's our thoughts on that. You got anything else you want to say, Mama?
No, I mean, you just drove it right home. Honestly, check in with one another also. Check in on your strong people.
I'm about to say it. Check on your strong friends.
Strong friends, I know they might seem like they got it all together and you lean on them for help and guidance and they help you out, but they need someone to check in on them too.
Right.
Okay, life is hitting them hard as well. So that's how they are so wise and knowledgeable, because they went through a bunch of life.
That's right.
And they might not show it, but just to know that someone cares about them genuinely and would check up on them and just make sure they okay means the world. Okay, so just make sure we checking in with one another. I honestly did a wellness check-in on TikTok earlier today, and just however way you need to do it, just make sure that we're taking the time out to check in on one another. Like hubby said, look out for one another.
That's right.
Okay. And, do the best that we can every day.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want anyone after hearing this to, go beating yourself up and none of that. Treat yourself with kindness as well and just take it day by day. That's what changes and adjustments that you need to make in your life to elevate your wellness and in your health. So just work on it day by day. Every day we learn something new. Every day we're growing.
That's right.
So, don't beat yourself up. Just take it as, okay, I'm going to do better.
All right. So with that being said, we want to thank you guys so much again for the support and the love that you have given us through our trying times. Thank you for being there, still checking for us. We've noticed that even though we weren't recording for a while, people were still listening. My wife checks in on that stuff a lot. Yeah. We got people listening all in Africa, y'all. Come on.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That shows that you guys care about what we're talking about. And that it means, it means so much to us. So to know that it means that much to you makes it so much more special for us to do what we do. So we thank you guys. You can find us, man, we're everywhere now. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Mm-hmm. Audible.
Yeah, Audible. Wow, Audible.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we're everywhere. And yeah, you can check us out on all our social media. Almost at MySpace. Ain't nobody used MySpace in years. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
we're on TikTok,
LinkedIn. All our business professionals, come check us out on LinkedIn.
We all have Patreon. Come on now, you gotta sign up for the Patreon. We got some new stuff coming through, and you want to be on that Patreon page, okay?
Yes. Also, one last thing I definitely got to talk about right now. We are doing a fundraiser against gun violence and also rallying for the education or awareness, gun awareness, rather. Our efforts are to start a crisis fund that will help families of the victims of gun violence.
Yes.
So that's what we're striving for. We're striving to collect $50,000 this go around. We have some great merchandise, T-shirts, hats. And I didn't even tell. Name of the fundraiser is Books Up, Guns Down.
Right. Name of the campaign.
Name of the campaign is Books Up, Guns Down. We're definitely aiming for the young, telling them, hey, pick up a book, do something else before you give into violence, right? Before you give into picking up a gun, like my wife said. So this is what we're doing, and we have some events that we will be doing starting in the spring. So we want you guys to be checking for us. We will be updating you on our Patreon, on our social media, and on the podcast. We also have a podcast event that is coming up shortly. Actually, we'll be talking to some different educators and professionals about this subject. So we don't want you guys to miss this, all right? So stay tuned, stay focused, and love yourselves, guys. With that being said, we out of here. Peace and chicken grease. And as always, keep striving.
Keep rising, man.
If you lock down, Machiavelli, hold your head. The Don Illuminati, all through your body. Watch the word of God blast, 12 gauge shot it. And if you lock down, Machiavelli, hold your head. If you lock down, Machiavelli, hold your head. Man, take care of them kids. Never give up on them. Take care of them babies. Let them know you love them. And if you lock down, Machiavelli, hold your head. If you lock down, Machiavelli, hold your head. No matter how it is, it's a blessing in the skies. No matter how it is, it's a blessing in the sky. Find a way to survive, cause they win when your soul dies. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. You can't own a child of God, we free in the mind. The Lord embraced my world and made my words change. So now embrace my words and make the world change.